5 soldiers from Sidetaman are under house arrest, accused of aggravated sodomy of another detainee in the most high-profile case linked to the site.
That's the entrance to the Sidetaman base just over there. We're not allowed inside. Even the Red Cross has been denied access. The details of this one particular incident are horrific. A doctor treating the victim said he suffered broken ribs and a tear in his lower bowel as a result of an item being inserted into his anus. The abuse allegedly meted out inside the base is believed to be much more widespread than this one case.
The Israeli army says it's investigating the deaths of more than 30 Palestinians held here. Naji Abbas is part of a human rights group investigating the allegations of torture.
We visited a Gazan doctor in detention, a Gazan surgeon. He met at least 10 people who faced sexual assaults in the same way.
Things inserted into their rectum?
Exactly.
Do you have any faith that these other allegations of sexual abuse you've uncovered will be investigated by the Israelis?
We applied to the Supreme Court with dozens of complaints and testimonies regarding torture, violence, beating, medical negligence. But all these complaints didn't change the situation.
Human rights groups are fighting to close Sidetaman down. Only around 24 detainees now remain there. We spoke to one whistleblower who saw the site's medical facilities. He never witnessed abuse, but was horrified by the conditions.
All the patients I saw had each arm and leg handcuffed to the sides of the bed. All the patients were blindfolded, and they were basically naked, besides wearing diapers.
Must have been quite shocking to see.
Having someone handcuffed and incapable of moving around or changing their position even slightly, I mean, I think it's probably, at least in my view, a sort of torture.
For Israelis, though, Hamas's atrocities of October the 7th are still raw, and some are furious about the focus on the rights of Palestinian detainees amidst the war. These are right-wing protesters disrupting a court hearing, angered that the Sidetaman base could be closed down. Amongst the crowd, posters of abducted hostages and dead soldiers, and a simple slogan, an eye for an eye. Here, they see all of Gaza as complicit with Hamas and refuse to accept the allegations of torture.
And this judge in this court speaking about the right of these people that killed these people, that kidnapped these people. And we don't want to speak about the rights, we want to speak about our brothers' rights.
All the people from Gaza who've been released, but who say that they were beaten, that they've been electrocuted, some of whom say that they've been raped, are they just lying, do you think?
Yeah. Let's say 19% that they are lying.
Why would they lie?
Why they lie? It's the way of life. If you see Hamas agenda, they say...
But these are people who have been released, so presumably they're not Hamas.
I'm sure they are.
Others appear unabashed advocates for torture. This was a lawmaker from Netanyahu's party.
להכניס מקל לרקטום של בן אדם, זה לגיטימי? כן, אם הוא נוח'בה, הכל לגיטימי לעשות לו. הכל!
Close to half of those detained have been cleared for release. This was Faraj, a farmer from Gaza City, with his family before the war. This was the moment he was reunited with them after months detained in Sidetaman and another Israeli prison. He says he was never told why he was being held. Soldiers used him as a go-between with other prisoners. Some confided the sexual abuse they said they'd faced.
يخجل اخذه اغسل له وإشي ايش مالك ايش عاملين لك بحط العصايه يقول لي حطوا العصايه في مؤخرتي يعني في لك ايش بتقول يقول لي والله يلبسها يلبس الكمكم هذا الكندوم فبوز العصايه ويحطها في قفايا يحط
Farad shows us how he was forced to kneel and was beaten. His role as a helper in Sidi Man didn't mean he was spared from torture. He describes a scene many detainees have referred to, being interrogated in the disco room.
فلما باخذك من البراكس وبوديك عليها بنعرف انه احنا رح نعيش على التحقيق خلص عشان ما حدش يسمع صوت اللي بيصرخوا كمان وإشي اللي في البراكسات ما يسمعوش صوت اللي بيصرخوا وهم بتحقق معهم. الطريقة اللي أنا تم استخدامها معايا اللي هو تقعد على الكرسي المفتوح، ظهر مفتوح، مكلبش من إيديك، رجليك مكلبشين، بتجيب المربط البلاستيك طول تقريبا متر أو 90 سم المربط البلاستيك، بيمسك المربط هذا ويصير يخبطك فيه زي الكرباج.